Hey everybody, I'm Brandon Ellis with Elitech. You're joining me for a quick little short. And so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Siemens G120 series of variable frequency drives, or VFDs. So this is a really cool drive. This is the drive here. It's on one of our drive demos. So we're paying attention right here. If I can do my Vanna, here's what we're talking about. So I'm a big proponent of maintenance. And when I'm talking about maintenance, the maintenance guys making their job easier. And so easier maintenance means if the machine does go down, because unfortunately all machines go down at some time or another, the quicker it can get back up and going, that's reduced downtime. Reduced downtime is a very real return on investment. So we want to get that ROI any way we can, just as quick and as small as possible. So the Siemens G120X is a variable frequency drive, comes in standard, general purpose, also a sensorless flux vector and full closed loop flux vector control, and that's made possible through a couple of things through the controllers. I'll get to that in a minute. So here's one of the first things. There's three parts you're looking at here. Now it looks like one. Let me show you the difference. This is the operator panel. It's removable. Comes right off. What does that mean? That means that when it's on the drive, I can get to this to make changes. In the G120X, which is the variable torque, or the fan and pump grade drive, which by the way is also in stock, call us today. This is removable, but this is the only way to program the drive. But with the standard G120, we can use our software as well. So we've got this and the software to change parameters and make modifications in the drive. And once those parameters are done, if you need to move them from one drive to the other, or if you replace the drive and you need the parameters to go back, this is a good way to do it. The parameters can be stored here, or they can be stored in the control. So now I said control. That's a second thing. Let me turn power off for this. So once this power's down, I'll press at the top of the control, click down and remove, and here's the control. It comes off just like that. So what's interesting about that, you can see all of our I/O, and of course that's the other thing that Siemens does better than anybody on VFDs is more I/O, so more options, more flexibility, and certainly there's a lot of flexibility in this control. So this gives us the way to the I/O on this demo, but this control can be a couple of different flavors. It can be PROFINET, which is over an Ethernet topology, but it can also be Ethernet IP. Now, that's something I'm going to circle back to in just a second, because that is for you guys that are managing spare parts inventory. So this is the control. This is the drive. So if the drive goes bad, the control's still good, operator's still good. Pull these off, the wiring stays intact. We remove the drive, put a drive back in, snap everything back together, we're back up and going. That is reduced downtime, and that is a major return on investment when it comes to these drives. Now I want to show you something else that a lot of people miss. So sometimes on your motor you'll have a brake, and a brake always has to have a braking relay. You can't just switch it with standard I/O, so you've got to have this interposing relay. What Siemens does is they make a connector. It's hard to see, you can't see it from there, but there's a connector in here, a white connector, and we plug that together. The braking relay comes from Siemens. It's made to mount directly beneath the drive with the other connections. So you mount it here, and there's a little trough here, and that's where the cable goes right up the little trough, plugs into the little connector, and your brake relay is ready to go. That, if you're putting this together, starting it, is a huge time saver as far as all of our solutions partners and systems integrators. So now we've got the control and the drive. We put the control on. Now I said I was going to circle back to something else. If this control is Ethernet IP, or if it's PROFINET, is a function of this. Well, what are you saying? There's no Ethernet ports in this. The difference is with a simple change of a parameter in the control. You don't have to buy a module for one and a module for other. So again, this is for the spare parts inventory folks. One controller on the shelf, and you can do PROFINET or Ethernet IP in the same controller. And that is a huge monetary savings as far as spare parts inventory. So let me snap it all back together here for you. Turn it back on. You can see us lighting up and coming to life. Check us out, elitech.com, ELLITEK.com, if we can help you with Siemens or any of the other marvelous lines that we carry. the G120 and the G120X for the variable torque fan and pump drives. Give us a call today. We'll get you fixed up. Thanks.